out all you collector car fans out there. This is once again Jason, the owner and founder of Southern Bush Motorsports. We got a good Tales from the Bush for you today. Then I just wanted to give you all an idea of the amount of wing cars that I dealt with over my career. This is about 25-30% of the cars. I can't fit them all in one video. But this was a crusty old Superbird. Well, it was rough. A lot of these pictures that you're going to see are cars that I either sold the car, found the car, or dealt with the car, or I was helping them sell it, or either way. But I had hands on the car for all the stuff that you see here. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also any help with contributing to the Patreon page really help with keeping me going and keep me doing this. This Superbird here was pretty rough. I remember this guy had sent me these pictures, and it was just a monster. Like, it was really a tough call if you actually saved this car or not, because this thing was rough. But, you know, it is what it is. It was a Superbird. Motor and transmission long gone. You know, it's just not easy dealing with these cars when you got to document all this stuff and, you know, travel to where these locations are and get on the ground and lie on the ground and take pictures underneath the car. There's another Superbird. I think this one was also part of the doctor's collection. I believe this was a 440 car. This was a 446 back 4-speed pistol grip shifter that I pulled out of a damn barn built inside of the side of a mountain. A big hole in the wing there because it sat beside a heater that he had put in there. I don't know why this car was rough, man, but you know what it is? What it is. The guy that got this car was so happy because it was a decent priced car. There you go, Petty Blue Superbird. Check this car inside and out, fully documented. Look at that engine compartment. That was an unrestored 446 back pistol grip 4-speed Superbird. This is Daytona got called on. Raced up to go check out this car. This is a good example of don't think too hard about it. If it's something that you want, get it. Because literally while I was standing there, the guy's like, you want the car or not? I'm like, man, it's too much money. And I swear to God, the guy sold the car over the phone right in front of me after a 4-hour drive. I just, you know, that's when I learned to start bringing money with me and stop being such a pussy. And, you know, if you want the car, just make the decision and just do it. This was a Daytona buried. Look at how buried those wheels are in it. That car had been sitting there for 30 years. It was the guy's father's car. And he didn't want to sell it. Look at that Superbird sitting back there in his garage. I mean, some of these cars that I found, it was so heartbreaking. Just to see some of this stuff. There's that Daytona again. He told me don't even ask about it. It's not for sale. My dad said not to sell. It's a 440 Daytona. This was Big Willie Robinson's Daytona from Los Angeles. I kind of had dealings with this car, and I ended up tracking this car down, talking to owners and all that stuff, but I wasn't the one that sold this car, but I know where the car went. That's for damn sure. This was a Superbird in a building that I had doings with. Believe it or not, how beautiful this car is. That entire building was bombed, and it was completely on fire, and that car was lost. God, it was such a shame. Lost 52 of some of the world's rarest cars in that fire. It was in one of the Mopar magazines. Here's another white Superbird. If I remember right, that was a 440 4-speed pistol grip shifter Superbird. Really cool car, clean car, not a survivor. It was a restored car. It was restored a long time ago, but man, it was such a cool looking car. It was so nice. I know that Alpine white, not a lot of people like that, but here we go. That looks like an engine compartment that hasn't been restored. Wonder what that's attached to. Shabang! It's attached to a Superbird. As pretty as that looks, as nice as that looks, that car is completely unrestored. Everybody made sure it looked good on the outside wall. Skipping the pictures, but that was the engine compartment of that white Superbird before. Here's the interior of it. Look at that pistol grip shifter. Here's a different orange Superbird. Like I said, this is like maybe 25% of the wing cars that I dealt with over my career. Those cars are still out there, guys. No question, they're still out there. Keep looking. You know, don't take no for an answer. Some old guy says, oh, I'm going to fix it and restore it later. It's like, just keep throwing money at them. I'm telling you right now, this is a different Superbird right here. The other one had white. This was a different one. I'm telling you right now, you throw enough money at somebody, they will cave. There's an unrestored Superbird right there. That's the one that was the picture you just saw. The thing you gotta remember about these unrestored cars, nobody wanted to put the money into these cars back then. Yeah, sure, now they're collector items, but 80s, 90s, even 2000s early, nobody wanted to put the money into these cars. You're talking 50, 60 grand. You're going to lose a car for 2 to 3 years. Nobody wanted to do that. There's a blue Superbird. Look at that bad boy. You know, like I said, I've been honored to be able to deal with so many wing cars in my life, and I appreciated and respected all of them. But it's like, gosh, look at that engine compartment. That's so beautiful. For me, it was always about finding and documenting these cars in the place that they stood for the future. I knew 20, 25 years ago that I was going to do this. Yeah, 440, 4-speed pistol grip shifter. Look at that pistol grip shifter. Woo! Boy, when that was a bench seat and you got one of those in the knees, that sure as hell hurt. There's a black Plymouth Superbird. Nah, it's I don't know. Did they really make a black Superbird? I've never seen one. I got a model car of a black Daytona, but I've never seen a black Superbird. But this bad boy was pretty. Boy, that car was pretty. And if it was a factory black car, I don't remember, but I'll take it. 446 back, I'll take it. Give me that car. But I just don't think they made one of those cars. I see that glitter paint on there. I don't think they did it. Oh, there's Mr. Petty's signature right there. Oh, man, that is so cool. But it was all about the preservation. I knew I was going to do this later on in my life. Well, I knew it as a book. There was a white Superbird 446 back that I found in a garage. This whole world was around this Superbird. Did a great restoration on it. It was a really pretty car. Super solid underneath. Didn't look like a lot of metal work had been done on the car. And you know, you just got to appreciate all the number writing on the windshield there was he was hoping to take it to Carlisle. But you know, that's where we all take our cars, Carlisle, because that's a really big auction. I had a lot of fun there. Here's another Superbird. I believe this was a 446 back Superbird. I don't know, the color seemed a little weird. Maybe in the comments you guys can respond. I don't know if that's a factory color. It's definitely not petty blue, but it kind of looked like petty blue. Now here's the engine compartment of a sublime green 446 back Superbird. My whole career with Mopar started out with trying to find this car when it was rough in a field, rotting out, sitting on the ground. This guy found it, restored it. Here's another yellow. Here's a yellow Superbird here. Yeah, that one was in a building with 3 other Superbirds, and that was a pretty weird day for me looking at these cars because this guy had no idea what he actually had. All of his cars were completely unrestored, and although they look like they were restored, it's kind of hard to believe that that car was unrestored with how pretty it is, but it was unrestored. This was a 440 Superbird in Queens, New York. Can you believe the guy actually restored that car in that garage, 4 feet on the other side of that car? And he restored that entire car in the garage, and I'll tell you what, he did one hell of a job. The car was beautiful. I don't know how the hell he restored it in that garage. You know, he's got a 4-wheel on there, but it was actually a 446 back car. He changed it later. He sent me these different pictures. But I bought that car, pulled that car out of that building. Look at it. Look, no space. He restored that car in that building. I ended up delivering that car to a rich guy up north. Well, there's a 440 4-speed pistol grip shifter sitting on the ground there, just waiting to go in. The car wasn't quite finished yet, but I ended up selling it the way it was. And this is the infamous Sherry's toy. I tried finding this car for 2 days, and I finally got one picture over a fence. Thanks for coming by and checking out another Tales from the Bush. And please like, subscribe, and don't forget to contribute to Patreon if you can. Well, let me tell you, if you're a car collector, and especially if you're a Mopar fan, who gives a crap? If you get a chance to get your hands on the Superbird, you just do it. Looks like it was a factory Sublime Green car, which helps a lot, you know, 'cause that was a great color to have in the Superbird. But I'm not going to lie, this car was rough. I think it was a matter of, I really didn't know what to do with this car because he was asking a lot of money for this car, and for some reason the motor and transmission were just yanked out of it, but that was it. The car hadn't been touched after that. As you can see, everything's still there. I mean, we had our factory, non-factory cup holder right there, and of course the driver's seat bent up. This next Superbird here, I think it was, yeah, it was Superbird. This one right here, yeah, look at that 6-pack Coyote. I think what this was one of the Superbirds from the Doctor's collection. Yeah, there it is right there. This was out in, I think it took these pictures out in North Carolina. And that was a long week. This guy had 100 cars plus, and it was a long week. If I remember right, that Superbird was unrestored, and she was a beauty. It was a really nice looking car. I love taking pictures of it. As you can see, it's a nice, solid, straight car. Loved it. But a lot of these Superbirds and Daytonas and stuff that I dealt with, it was just, every car's an experience because the history, the story behind it, the restoration behind it, or the originality behind